Rossini, and this is going to be my first YouTube video. I'm going to do a smoky halo eye. It's basically just dark right here, and then a pop of shimmer. So, I like to start with my brows, and I like to use a powder because I have full brows to begin with. So, I'm going to use the Anastasia brow powder in dark brown, and I'm going to start doing my brows. I like to take the powder and tap off the excess, and I like to just graze my hairs upwards with a spoolie. And my tail is pretty full, but I have some sparseness, so I just go ahead and fill. And I just kind of create a larger shape, so that way I can have more fullness towards the top, and kind of just create strokes like that. And you can kind of see how my brows are a little bit longer. So I'm just going to go in and do that. I'm going to do my brows off camera, but I wanted to talk to you guys about this product. It basically is like a little pen, and the good thing about this pen is you can go in and draw like little hair strokes, like right here. So I like to go in and kind of just draw strokes flickering upwards, and I'll do some downwards. But I like to go in with concealer as my primer base, as opposed to just a primer base in general, because one, it kind of neutralizes any dark circles that you have on your eyes, and then two, it's sticky, or at least the one that I'm using. It's the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Honey. I just go and kind of paint it on my eye, and then that kind of just neutralizes it, and I'll go in with a powder, and that will make it so that your cream base that you put on your eye won't just stick and blend when you go in with your shadow. You have to put a powder down. Okay, so I just went ahead and primed my eyes and got them ready for shadow. I'm going to go in with the Master Palette by Mario. This is Kim Kardashian's makeup artist palette, and it's a really pretty palette. There's a lot of matte transition colors, or not a lot, there's like 3 or 4, and these are all pretty shimmers. So I'm going to go in with the shade Lula in Violetta right in the crease to kind of smoke the crease out, and then I'll add definition as I go along. I'm going to go in with those shades on a Morphe M504 brush, kind of like a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to take it on my crease. So I'm just going to start on my outer corner. You can see that it's pretty pigmented. I like to drop the pigment where I want it more concentrated, and then I like to go in and smoke towards the outer corner. You can see that I dropped most of the product right here. I'll just keep on blending. I think the trick with blending is to just keep going. Even though you think you're done, you're most likely not done. And then I'm going to take a little bit more Violetta because I want a little bit more of a darker brown. Tap off the excess and kind of stamp it right over here on the outer corner. So then I'm going to take a smaller brush just because I'm going to go in my inner corner, and my inner corner is not as big as my outer corner, obviously. This is a Luxie 221 brush, small tapered blending. It's a little bit smaller of a blending brush. It's not as dense and it's not as fat, so it can really kind of hug that little corner in right here. I'm going to dip back into Violetta with a little bit of Lula, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to stamp it like I did my outer corner, but more my inner corner, right over here. And kind of graze it, tucking right into that like eye socket. I'm going to take Isabel, just that orange shade right there, tap off the excess, and I'm going to hit it right over here to kind of warm this look up a little bit. Same sort of, I'm going, sorry, with the Sigma blending brush that doesn't have a name because it rubbed off. So, sorry about that. I'm just gonna smoke that over here. I'm gonna go in with a little bit darker of a color because it's looking a little bit too like lightish, darkish brown for me, and I want like a deep brown. So I'm gonna go with my second palette. I'm only gonna take one shade from the palette. You don't have to have this palette. You should have this palette. If you don't have this palette, it's okay. I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade. This is Cypress Umber. It's a lot darker than Violetta, which is a little bit more of a light, true chocolate brown. This is more of like a dark chocolate brown. I'm gonna take that on, not that brush. I'm gonna take out this brush, which is a Morphe M169. It's really tiny. I'm gonna go back in and just deepen up the crease on both sides. Kind of stamping that dark color right over here. Yep, that's what I want to do. And then just taking that and deepening that. I have hooded eyes, or I have slightly hooded eyes. The best trick for me to know like if I'm blending or not is to really take it and kind of look downward. I know that right here I have to take a little bit more darker color and kind of just graze it together. I'll take that small Luxie 221 brush again and kind of finesse the dark colors right over here. So now it's time for that Metro Poppin' Boomin' highlight on the inner corner. It is the DesixKaty Dose of Colors eyeshadow palette. It comes with these beautiful colors. Both of these shades right here, which is Noli and Turbosun, you have to use them wet, so dip your fingers, if you have this palette, in a little bit of water and kind of stamp it. That's the best way to use it. All of these you have to use with your fingers, but these two shades right here you have to use wet. And I'm just gonna get my finger wet, so I'm kind of just gonna stamp it. You can already see that looks, oh my god. And, oh, okay. Do you see it? It looks so good, Netflix. Okay, so we know that works. So obviously it looks like I just stamped that on because I did. You're gonna have to blend that out a little bit more so that it looks seamless and blended. I'm gonna go in with Lula and Violetta. Both these shades right here. Tap off the excess, and I'm gonna go in and kind of finesse and kind of blend these two areas together. I'm gonna go in with that same Luxie 221 brush because it's a little bit more tapered. With Violetta mainly. I'm gonna work that right here. I'm also gonna work that in the inner corner to blend the two. So, because I'm a little bit extra, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more glitter. The Stila Magnificent Metal Glitter in Kitten Karma. Right over here. And boom. So I'm gonna go do my other eye off camera and I'll be right back. I had to put on my lashes off of camera because it took me literally 20 minutes to put these on. I have the Kim Tai LionHearted lashes. I'm gonna go in with the Guerlain, whatever, or primer, as we bougie like that. So now I'm gonna go in with my foundation. This one here is the Dior Airflash in the shade 400. I really like this foundation because it's micronized. It's a spray foundation, and it just makes it so that your skin looks the best it can, but it's still full coverage, so you can't really beat that. And I just like to take it and spray it on a flat top kabuki brush, and then I just kind of like to stipple it onto my face. And I like this brush. This is the Morphe E31 brush, and it just does all the work for you. So I'm gonna go in and blend that all over my face.
There's something I must confide. I know I said that it'd be fine. I know I made it look like it'd be.
So I just got finished doing my base, and now I'm gonna go in with my concealer of choice. I'm gonna go in with the NARS concealer that I use to carve under my brows, the shade Honey. I like to go in with a Sephora brush, number 56. And I like to pack right in there and get right under. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye. My boobs are great.
Nothing but a sinner. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away.
Okay, so this is a little base concealer. I'm a little extra, so I like to use two concealers. This is the ever famous Shape Tape by Tarte in the shade Light Medium. I'm just gonna do one dot. Oh, that's two dots, but like a dot and a half of that Tarte Shape Tape because it's really full coverage. I just like a bright ass under eye. So now I'm going to bake. Is the CoverFX translucent powder with RCMA. I was running out of a CoverFX and I just dumped it with my RCMA powder. So while I'm baking, while the powder's kind of just setting on my face, I'm going to go and smoke out my under or lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with the Mario palette with the shades Lula and Violetta. And on that same Luxie 221 brush, I'm just going to take it right under my eye. So now I'm going to go in with my blush. And I'm going to go in with the only blush that I have, which is MAC Peaches. It's really like peachy apricot kind of color. And I just like to do it on my cheeks and blend upwards. And I pack on the blush, girl. I freaking pack that shit on. I just broke my good. I just broke my highlighter. Oh my god. It just looks like I'm just a little girl. I'm really peachy, I'm really cute, and I'm flushed. I'm gonna do my lips, and this lip just came in. It's like my perfect nude. It's More Creamer Please by the DesixKaty Dose of Colors collection, and then I like to pair it with a gloss, so I'm gonna go in with that. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie. So now it's time for highlighter. I'm gonna wear, sticking within the peachy family that I have the blush and the lips in, Peach Goddess by Jeffree Star. So I really like a wet looking highlight. I just like when my face looks wet and glowing and beautiful and radiant and just wonderful. And this product does exactly that for me. This is a Sephora Perfection Mist Nude Glow. It's like 20 bucks, but you'll see what it does for your face. Close your eyes. Do you see that? I'm just gonna mist my face, and then I'm just gonna set this mug in place. Just gonna spray to make sure everything sets in. Alright, and this is the look. Alright, so this is the final look. I threw on a little wig to make myself look more like a woman. You know, because I look fucking fishy as fuck. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, well, give me a like and subscribe to my channel, you know, it's whatever. And hopefully I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!